If I had to start from zero again and lose weight, I wouldn't make this mistake. A mistake I made when I was overweight that held me back for so long. But once I fixed it, everything changed. And today I'm going to share 4 steps I'd take to get in shape fast and avoid this disaster. Starting with number 1, removing sugar from my diet. This is the very first real diet practice that I implemented within my weight loss journey. All the time spent before not making progress was following these weird fad diets, and it was only once I started taking things slow and instead of trying to hop on a diet, instead of trying to go on a diet, I decided to change my lifestyle. And now by no means am I saying that anything like keto or anything like some vegan diet or like the Mediterranean diet is bad. Some people can follow that, and I'm not saying that they're unhealthy in any way. What I am saying is that for people like me, it's easier to make your own dieting blueprint that you can follow instead of following some copy and paste method from other people. What I realized quite early on is that instead I should try to make very minor changes that I can implement for life, and over time, if I keep on stacking these, I'm gonna see tremendous changes in my body as long as 1, I have patience, and 2, I can stick to them. So something as simple as removing sugar from my diet only started with removing sugar from my coffee, because I knew that I could undertake that. I knew that I could definitely have coffee for the foreseeable future without sugar. So this is the first step I would take if I had to do it all over again. Number 2 is increasing fiber and protein, the 2 most satiating macronutrients. I guess fiber isn't really a macro, but you know, it's a form of carbs. After removing sugar, this would leave me some extra calories to implement something healthier. So I would add in more vegetables and add more high protein foods into my diet, which would boost up the calories. I wouldn't be in much of a deficit, but it kind of becomes counterintuitive because the more vegetables you add, the less and less junk food you eat. The more protein you add, the less junk food you eat as well. And not only do these satiating foods reduce your appetite, but if you eat more protein, you're probably going to keep on more muscle mass throughout your diet. You can actually build muscle even if you don't exercise. That's one of the pros of protein. Man, that was kind of corny, I'm not gonna lie. The third step I would take is tracking calories. Now, this doesn't work for everyone, and this is a very polarizing dieting method and dieting tool. Once again, this is just what I would do if I had to restart my weight loss journey. Somewhere around the point where my diet is semi-dialed in, like once I'm not eating that much sugar, once I'm kind of eating healthy, I would add calorie tracking. Because a lot of people track calories wrong. They think that a calorie is just a calorie. No, of course, you want to take care of your macronutrients, you want to take care of your micronutrients, but I would primarily focus on just my macronutrients at this point in my dieting journey if I had to redo it all over again. I'd make sure that I'm getting 1 gram per pound of body weight in protein. I'd make sure that I'm getting at least 50 to 60 grams of fiber per day, around 60 to 70 grams of fat, and this all scales to your body weight. This is scaling for someone who's 180 pounds or like 80 kilograms. So take all these numbers with a grain of salt. But once again, this is a very polarizing dieting method, and it's not going to work for everyone, but it did work amazing for me. This is the most accurate way to track your weight loss, to track what you're eating, and typically if you can pull it off, produces the most amazing weight loss results. Once I have implemented calorie tracking, I would go on to number 4, which is exercise. Now I put exercise in step 4 just because I know that a lot of people would have clicked off the video if I would have said exercise at the start, but you can add this anywhere from step 1 all the way through to step 4. Personally, I would add it to step 1 though. Why should we exercise? Primarily, I'm going to cover cardio and strength training. If you're doing cardio, you're burning a bunch of fat. It's the best way to speed up your metabolism, to actively burn that fat. Now you can passively remove calories from your diet and burn fat, and that totally works fine. But if you want to be able to eat more and not be micro and macronutrient deficient, then you can actually do a little bit of cardio and eat a little bit more food. And if you're doing any type of strength training like calisthenics or weightlifting, you can build muscle while you're losing weight if you're a beginner, or you can maintain all the muscle that you keep, which is what we want, right? We don't want to lose all of our muscle, lose all the weight, and then become skinny fat or just very scrawny. And if you listen to the previous step of increasing my protein intake, then this goes hand in hand with strength training. As long as your protein is on point, then you will be building muscle while losing weight if you are a beginner. If you want to fast track your weight loss, press the first link in the description and join our free Skool group. At 100 members, I'll make it paid. So if you join now, you get it free for life. If I gave you anything of value, consider subscribing to the channel, and don't forget to stay savvy with your diet.